How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews back with another review in the form of our Marlowe Artisanal Ales. It's The Way Things Are, 5.5% Pale Ale. Comes courtesy of my boy Max. I'm pumped for this one. I really dig on Marlowe and what they do. One of my favorite breweries to come out over the past couple of years. It says on the can here, it says, named after my late grandfather. These beers attempt to honor his memory. We believe in balance in all things present. These beers as such, we present these beers as such, sorry. We hope you enjoy them as an accent to your experiences with your friends and family. The Way Things Are is an American Pale Ale brewed with Simcoe, Chinook, Centennial, and Columbus. That's a nice mixture. Get a little bit of fruity, juicy newness, a nice old school kind of bittering. Probably skew a little bit darker on the haze thing than you typically see for a 5.5% pale. So it's going to be kind of bleeding that kind of line between the East, the West, and the Midwest as far as pale ales go. It definitely looks the part. Has a gigantic head because this guy can't pour beers because I'm a douche. But it's got this beautiful soft head to it. I mean, Serta, sleep something, sleep number. There it is, sleep number. Not that weird fucking asshole pillow guy. We're not going to talk about him. But yeah, it has this beautiful soft, want to sleep in it kind of top to it. Tight, compact bubbles. Like I said, it has this rich haze to it. Looks way more dense than what you typically find from mid 5% kind of pale ale. But it skews darker. When you're talking about some of these big old school C hops, your Centennial, Chinook, Columbus, you're thinking that West Coast kind of vibes. But when you dive in with that Simcoe, even though that is an old school hop, it's going to bring a bit of that fruitiness, maybe a little bit of cattiness with it, stuff like that. So yeah, we're leaning heavily West Coast on this. Smells pretty. Nice sweetness to it. I think that's going to balance well with that kind of West Coasty vibes. You do get a little bit of pine resin, a little bit of dankness, a little bit of weediness. Not too crazy. Not really much fruit to be found here. Maybe a slight candied kind of marmalade-y kind of orange thing. But it really is kind of a soft, pale ale, West Coastiness with that new school New England style hazy treatment. Let's just dive in. Cheers. I drink 80 of these. 80,463,259 million and 4. It is really cook up a new school, pillowy soft, water nerdy New England pale ale and just do it with the West Coast hops. I don't mean to make it sound that simple. A lot of people can't pull it off. But there's this delicate balance between all the bits and pieces going on here, which is a really cool trick to pull off. Because first thing you get is a mouthfeel to die for. Uber soft. But that contrasts those hops. Those hops have that piney aggressiveness to it. There's nothing soft about those hops. With how pillowy and how soft that mouthfeel is, it almost acts like an airbag, acts as a buffer, acts as a protectant against that sharpness, and brings a little bit of softness to those kind of hops. There's a sweetness there. It's definitely less sweet than you would expect for most of these kind of beers, but there's enough sweetness to help add that absolutely needed delicate balance to make this beer super drinkable, super chuggable. This is really tasty. I like that. It's not going to set the world on fire for a lot of people, I don't think, because it does lean heavily old school hop, West Coast hop. So I think there's a lot of new school beer drinkers that really do dig on Marlowe and what they do on the hazy pale ale or even IPA front, and they drink this and they go, oh, man, it's kind of disappointing. But if you read the label and you understand what they're writing there as far as the hops go, and you lean into it and he talks about his grandfather, I think there's a connection between old school hops and old school grandpa that he's trying to make there, and it lands. It lands really nicely in a very crazy drinkable package. I mean, look at the lacing on it. I mean, I'm drinking a West Coast hazy pale ale that has the lacing of a crisp and clean old school West Coast IPA. the best of both worlds is what you're getting here. There's a soft component to it. I would go more apricot jammy on this as opposed to what I said, orange marmalade. But again, it's like a third or fourth player in the beer. Really, the leaders in the clubhouse here is that balance between the sweetness and the bitterings and the softness, and how that interplay goes together. That West Coast hoppiness, the mouthfeel again, and then just having that soft little kind of apricot-y thing underneath is really, really fun. Great beers, man. Great beers. Can't wait till the pandemic's up and go track these dudes down, hang out and drink some beers wherever they may be. I don't know if they have a proper tap room. Yeah, New Haven, Connecticut. Anyway, let's wrap this up. Is this one of the better hazy pale ales that I've had as of late? Yes. Mount Rushmore status. Let's put it that way. Especially when it comes to shelfie status, which this beer is. And that's pretty damn good. Value and availability, no idea. Please, Max, let me know what you paid for this and leave you with it if you like what we like this beer. If you like new school haze, but you appreciate old school West Coastiness, and you want them both to have a baby that is itty bitty, sub 6%, look no further. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Yeah. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massif. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little Marlowe right now. There it is. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.